I'm going to show you how I found a manufacturer for my new Amazon FBA product. There are three main methods that people typically use to find a manufacturer for their Amazon products. Let's dive in. First up is Alibaba.com. This website is a treasure trove of hundreds of thousands of manufacturers and suppliers, especially if you are looking to source your products overseas. It is hands down the best website for finding international manufacturers. In this video, I will walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to find your own supplier or manufacturer using Alibaba. The next common method is simply using Google. Head over to google.com and type in whatever you're trying to manufacture, followed by manufacturer, and voila, you get hundreds of different companies that you can produce your product. I'll also show you how to sift through these different options and find a reputable manufacturer and ensure you're getting the best price. We'll cover all this later in the video. And lastly, if you're aiming to manufacture your product in the United States, thomasnet.com is an excellent resource. This vast directory lists tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of manufacturers across the country. I'll guide you how to navigate this site and connect with a manufacturer that can bring your product to life. Stay tuned as I'll demonstrate this process later in the video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Cam Jam. I've been selling on Amazon for over a year now, and I want to share the lessons I learned with my viewers. I've dealt with several manufacturers and I learned a few valuable lessons along the way. Today, I am excited to show you how I found my manufacturer and how you can find your product you are planning to sell on Amazon. The first method I recommend is Alibaba.com. If you're looking to sell online, especially if you want to manufacture it overseas, this is the #1 directory for Chinese and other international manufacturers. It is incredibly straightforward to use. Start by navigating to Alibaba.com. The first thing you want to do is search for manufacturers and click on the manufacturer section and type in the type of product you're looking to create. For example, let's search for dog treats. You'll find hundreds of manufacturers that can produce the product you're interested in. If you're planning to manufacture consumable products like dog treats, I don't recommend doing it overseas due to regulatory and quality control issues. For other types of products, though, Alibaba is a fantastic source. The second tip is to use verified suppliers. Always ensure you work with a verified supplier. You can do this by clicking the verified supplier filter, and this means Alibaba has sent inspectors to their facilities. This will confirm that they are a legitimate business. The third tip is to utilize the trade assurance filter. Another crucial step is to click on trade assurance and make sure that Alibaba will guarantee that they will cover your payment if the products you receive don't meet the agreed standards, or if there are any issues with the manufacturing process, or if there is any issues with the transaction. The next thing we're going to look at here is how long has this company been in business. This company over here has been in business for over 10 years. You can see that these companies have been in business for over 5 or 6 years, and that's one of the things that I like to look for, is that I like to work with a company that's been around for a little while. And here's a tip that can save you money. And if you want to work with a smaller company, you can find smaller companies to work with by looking at how much money they are generating every year. If you look over here, you can see how much they've made money annually while they're working on Alibaba over the course of the 5 or 6 years or whatever years the manufacturer has been working. You can see how much their annual revenue is, and if it's under $1 million, you know that this is a small business or a small company that you can work with. And if it's over $1 million or $2 million, then maybe they are a bit of a larger company. And one of the things to keep in mind is that smaller businesses sometimes might be willing to work with you if you are a new new business owner. And they may have smaller MOQs, which are also known as minimum order quantities. And this is how much you need to order from a manufacturer before they will work with you. And these are typical minimum order quantities. I recommend you go through and contact as many manufacturers as you can. You can fill in a RFQ, which is also known as a request for quote, and put in all your sourcing requirements and request a quote from the supplier. This is really important so you can start communicating and comparing prices across different manufacturers, as well as the quality of communication and cooperating that you're getting from the manufacturer. Between you and the supplier, you want to make sure that you build this relationship. So in the future, when you're communicating with them, you want to make sure that there's an ease of communication, almost like you're communicating with a business partner, because that's what the manufacturer is going to become to you. Some manufacturers might be slower than others. Also, some manufacturers like to be more professional than others. So make sure your language is always professional and know exactly what you want before reaching out. Put all your requests up front so you know if the manufacturer can meet your requirements or not. I recommend when reaching out to the supplier to let them know that we are looking to do a production run of around 10,000 units, but we want to do a test run first of what is your minimum order quantity. And this will give the manufacturer the idea that you mean business long term, and smaller quantities are needed to test the market first. So ask them what are their MOQ and what is your pricing if we order 500 units, 2,000 units, and 10,000 units. Always show them that you are interested in buying more units in the future. And keep in mind that manufacturers, even though they show products that they sell, they will allow you to customize the product. So before you actually commit to a manufacturer, you can look through this list and see who is the person that is willing to work with you the most. And this is typically important because you want a manufacturer that's willing to customize your product the way you want to customize it, the way you want to develop it. And you don't want to work with someone who's giving you hard requirements. For example, some manufacturers require high MOQs in order for them to customize your product. That might not be reasonable for you starting up, even though they might have better pricing for a larger MOQ. But starting up as a new business owner, you might want to find a manufacturer that is a bit smaller that could work with you with a smaller MOQ that can customize the product the way you want it. And eventually, when your business grows, you can move along to a bigger manufacturer or a bigger supplier. This is completely normal and is actually very important, and it could save you a lot of money and time and effort because it's going to improve the quality of your product from the beginning without hurting your budget. Another important thing to keep in mind, and if you are developing a new product design, is to protect the privacy of your product, to make sure that the manufacturer isn't going to copy your product and sell it online. This is something that's common, and it's been happening especially with Chinese and overseas manufacturers, where they can copy your product and sell it maybe for a lower price on Amazon. So one way to do that, and this will save you a lot of money and a lot of headache in the future, is to have the supplier sign an NDA, also known as a non-disclosure agreement. Or even better is to file for a patent for your design. So you are protected by the law, and this way they can't copy you or break your agreement even if they go through another manufacturer to do this. This can protect you from all potential sellers who could copy your business idea or your product development idea. Thomasnet.com is another fantastic resource for finding manufacturers, and it works similarly to Alibaba.com. Let's walk through how to use this website effectively. Start by heading over to Thomasnet.com, then search for manufacturers, type in what you're looking for to manufacture. For example, we can use the same example. Let's type in dog treats and click search. You can explore the different categories over here. For example, what you can see here popped up, such as private label dog treats and animal and pet treats. Open these in new tabs to explore further. Evaluate manufacturers by click on a manufacturer to read about them. Look at their business details, certifications, and other relevant information that might be important to you. This will help you gauge their credibility and suitability for your needs. Contact the manufacturers if you like what you see. You can either call the supplier directly, or you can visit their website, or you can even email them for more information. I understand that finding the right manufacturer can sometimes be challenging, and here are 4 tips to help you if you're struggling. Tip number 1 is use Jungle Scout, which is a powerful tool that can help you find the manufacturer for almost any product on Amazon. Go to the suppliers section and click on the supplier database and then the company tab. Type in the company you're trying to figure out and Jungle Scout will show you the details. Tip number 2 is networking and trade shows. Attend industry trade shows and network with other sellers. These places are great to network and meet manufacturers and learn about their capabilities firsthand. And tip number 3 are local business directories. Check local business directories for reliable manufacturers that may not have a strong online presence, but are listed in these local directories. And tip number 4 is to use LinkedIn to connect with industry professionals and join groups related to your product niche. You can find e-commerce recommendations and connect directly with people that you might meet online that will guide you to the right manufacturers. Once you've found a manufacturer, getting your product shipped to an Amazon FBA warehouse is the next step. This process can vary depending on whether your product is manufactured overseas or within the United States. Here's how to handle both scenarios. If your product is made overseas, you will need to arrange for international shipping. Work with a freight forwarder to manage the logistics and ensure your products that are comply with all import regulations. For domestic manufacturers, the process is simpler. Arrange for transportation from the manufacturer directly to the Amazon FBA warehouse. An often overlooked but crucial step is inspecting your products before they ship. If your manufacturer is overseas, hire an inspector for around $100 to ensure the quality of your products. This step can save you from costly mistakes and ensure that you receive high-quality products according to your needs. If there are issues, your manufacturer will need to address them before shipping. By following these steps, you can save a lot of money and make sure that the quality of your products are up to standards. And using these methods, you can successfully find a reliable manufacturer for your Amazon FBA product. It couldn't be any easier today than ever to start an e-commerce business. With these tools and ease of access, you can find a supplier for your product very quickly and within budget. Don't forget to follow me, like this video, and subscribe for more valuable insights and strategies for succeeding with your e-commerce and Amazon FBA business.